Hello everybody, welcome to In the Word with Bree, where we get together every day and we read the Bible together. Today we will be reading Exodus 36, 37, and 38. I'm so excited that you're here. As usual, I'll be reading from the Christian Standard Bible translation. That's just my favorite, the CSB. So go ahead and open up with me to Exodus 36, 37, and 38. We'll start at 36 though. Okay. It looks like kind of starts in between, so we'll just kind of catch up from 35:30 and keep going. So Exodus 35:30. Basil and Ohilib. Moses then said to the Israelites, "Look, the Lord has appointed by name Basil, son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah. He has filled him with God's Spirit, with wisdom, understanding, and ability in every kind of craft, to design artistic works in gold, silver, and bronze, to cut gemstones for mounting, and to carve wood for work in every kind of artistic craft. He has also given both him and Ohilib, son of Ahisamach, of the tribe of Dan, the ability to teach others. He has filled them with skill to do all the work of a gem cutter, a designer, an embroiderer in blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, and fine linen, and a weaver. They can do every kind of craft and design artistic designs. Basil, Ohilib, and all the skilled people are to work based on everything the Lord has commanded. The Lord has given them wisdom and understanding to know how to do all the work of constructing the sanctuary. So Moses summoned Basil, Ohilib, and every skilled person in whose heart the Lord had placed wisdom, all whose hearts moved them to come to work and do it. They took from Moses' presence all the contributions that the Israelites had brought for the task of making the sanctuary. Meanwhile, the people continued to bring free will offerings morning after morning. Then all the artisans who were doing all the work for the sanctuary came one by one from the work they were doing and said to Moses, "The people are bringing more than is needed for the construction of the work of the Lord commanded to be done." After Moses gave an order, they sent a proclamation throughout the camp, "Let no man or woman make anything else as an offering for the sanctuary." So the people stopped. The materials were sufficient for them to do all the work. There was more than enough. 36:8. Building the tabernacle. All the skilled artisans among those doing the work made the tabernacle with 10 curtains. Basil made them of finely spun linen, as well as blue, purple, and scarlet yarn, with a design of cherubim worked into them. Each curtain was 42 feet long, 6 feet wide. All the curtains had the same measurements. He joined 5 of the curtains to each other, and the other 5 curtains he joined to each other. He made loops of blue yarn on the edges of the last curtain in the first set, and did the same on the edges of the outermost curtains in the second set. He made 50 loops of the curtain and 50 loops on the edge of the curtain in the second set, so that the loops lined up with each other. He also made 50 gold clasps and joined the curtains to each other, so that the tabernacle became a single unit. He made curtains of goat hair from a tent over the tabernacle. He made 11 of them. Each curtain was 45 feet long and 6 feet wide. All 11 curtains had the same measurements. He joined 5 of the curtains together and the other 6 together. He made 50 loops on the edge of the outermost curtain in the first set, and 50 loops on the edge of the corresponding curtain in the second set. He made 50 bronze clasps to join the tent together as a single unit. He also made a covering for the tent from ram skin, dyed red, and a covering of linen leather on top of it. He made upright supports of acacia wood for the tabernacle. Each support was 15 feet long and 27 inches wide. Each support had 2 tenons for joining one another. He did the same for all the supports of the tabernacle. He made supports for the tabernacle as follows: 20 for the south side, and he made 40 silver bases to put under the 20 supports, 2 bases under the first support and its 2 tenons, and 2 bases under each of the following supports for their 2 tenons. For the second side of the tabernacle, the north side, he made 20 supports with their 40 silver bases, 2 bases under the first support and 2 bases under each of the following ones. And for the back of the tabernacle on the west side, he made 6 supports. He also made 2 additional supports for the 2 back corners of the tabernacle. They were paired at the bottom and joined together at the top in a single ring. This is what he did with both of them for the 2 corners. So there were 8 supports with their 16 silver bases, 2 bases under each one. He made 5 crossbars of acacia wood for the supports on the side of the tabernacle, 5 crossbars for supports on the other side of the tabernacle, and 5 crossbars for those at the back of the tabernacle on the west. He made the central crossbar run through the middle of the supports from one end to the other. He overlaid them with gold and made their rings out of gold as holders for the crossbars. He also overlaid the crossbars with gold. Then he made the curtains with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely spun linen. He made it with a design of cherubim worked into it. He made 4 pillars of acacia wood for it and overlaid them with gold. Their hooks were of gold, and the cast for silver bases for the pillars. He made a screen embroidered with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and finely spun linen for the entrance to the tabernacle, together with the 5 pillars and their hooks. He overlaid the tops of the pillars and their bands with gold, but their 5 bases were bronze. Oh, sorry, I didn't realize I wasn't in focus. Exodus 37, making the ark. Bezalel made the ark of acacia wood, 45 inches long, 27 inches wide, and 27 inches high. He overlaid it with purple gold inside and out and made a gold molding all around it. He cast 4 gold rings for its 4 feet, 2 rings on one side and 2 rings on the other side. He made poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. He inserted the poles into the rings on the sides of the ark for carrying the ark. He made a mercy seat of pure gold, 45 inches long and 27 inches wide. He made 2 cherubim of gold. He made them of hammered work at the 2 ends of the mercy seat. 1 cherubim at one end, 1 cherubim at the other end. At each end, he made a cherubim of 1 piece with the mercy seat. They had wings spread out. They faced each other and covered the mercy seat with their wings. The faces of the cherubim were looking toward the mercy seat. Exodus 37:10, making the tabernacle. He constructed the tabernacle of acacia wood, 36 inches long, 18 inches wide, and 27 inches high. He overlaid it with pure gold and made a gold molding all around it. He made a 3-inch frame all around it and made a gold molding all around its frame. He cast 4 gold rings for it and attached the rings to the 4 corners at its 4 legs. The rings were next to the frames as holders for the poles to carry the table. He made the poles for carrying the table from acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. He also made the utensils that would be at the table out of pure gold, its plates and cups, as well as its bowls and pitchers for pouring drink offerings. Exodus 37:17, making the lampstand. Then he made the lampstand out of pure hammered gold. He made it all of one piece, its base and shaft, its ornamental cups, and its buds and petals. 6 branches extended from its sides, 3 branches of the lampstand from one side and 3 branches of the lampstand from the other side. There were 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms, each with a bud and petals on one branch, and 3 cups shaped like almond blossoms, each with a bud and petals on the next branch. It was this way for the 6 branches that extended from the lampstand. There were 4 cups shaped like almond blossoms on the lampstand shaft along with its buds and petals. For the 6 branches that extended from it, a bud was under the first pair of branches from it, a bud under the second pair of branches from it, and a bud under the third pair of branches from it. Their buds and branches were of one piece with it. All of it was a single hammered piece of pure gold. He also made its 7 lamps, snuffers, and fire pans of pure gold. He made it and all its utensils of 75 pounds of pure gold. Exodus 37:25, making the altar of incense. He made the altar of incense out of acacia wood. It was square, 18 inches long and 18 inches wide. It was 36 inches high. Its horns were of one piece with it. He overlaid it, its top, all around its sides and its horns with pure gold. Then he made a gold molding all around it. He made 2 gold rings for it under the molding of 2 of its sides. He put these on opposite sides of the holders for the poles to carry it with. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with gold. He also made the holy anointing oil and the pure, fragrant, and expertly blended incense. Exodus 38, making the altar of burnt offering. Bezalel constructed the altar of burnt offering from acacia wood. It was square, 7.5 feet long and 7.5 feet wide, and was 4.5 feet high. He made horns for it on its 4 corners. The horns were of one piece with it. Then he overlaid it with bronze. He made all the altar's utensils, the posts, shovels, basins, meats, forks, and fire pans. He made all the utensils of bronze. He constructed for the altar a grate of bronze mesh under its ledge, halfway up from the bottom. He cast 4 rings at the 4 corners of the bronze grate as holders for the poles. He made the poles of acacia wood and overlaid them with bronze. Then he inserted the poles into the rings on the sides of the altar in order to carry it with them. He constructed the altar with boards so that it was hollow. 38:8, making the bronze basin. He made the bronze basin and its stand from bronze mirrors of the women who served at the entrance of the tent of meeting. 38:9, making the courtyard. Then he made the courtyard. The hangings on the south side of the courtyard were of fine linen, spun linen, 150 feet long, including their 20 posts and their 20 bronze basins, with silver hooks and silver bands for the posts. The hangings on the north side were also 150 feet long, including their 20 posts and 20 bronze basins. The hooks and bands of the posts were silver. The hangings on the west side were 75 feet long, including their 10 posts and their 10 bases, with silver hooks and silver bands for the posts. And for the east side toward the sunrise, 75 feet long. The hangings on one side of the gate were 22.5 feet, including their 3 posts and their 3 bases. It was the same on the other side of the courtyard gate. The hangings were 22.5 feet, including their 3 posts and their bases. All the hangings around the courtyard were of finely spun linen. The bases for the posts were bronze. The hooks and the bands of the posts were silver, and the plating for the tops of the posts was silver. All the posts of the courtyard were banded with silver. The screen for the gate of the courtyard was made of finely spun linen, expertly embroidered with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn. It was 30 feet long, and like the hangings in the courtyard, 7.5 feet high. It had 4 posts with their 4 bronze bases. Their hooks were silver, and their top plating and their bands were silver. All the tent pegs for the tabernacle and for the surrounding courtyard were bronze. 38:21. Inventory of materials. This is the inventory for the tabernacle of the testimony, that was recorded at Moses' command. It was the work of the Levites under the direction of Ithamar, son of Aaron the priest, Basil, son of Uri, son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, made everything that the Lord commanded Moses. With him was Oholiab, son of Ashmach, of the tribe of Dan, a gem cutter, a designer, and an embroiderer with blue, purple, and scarlet yarn and fine linen. All the gold of the presentation offerings that was used for the project in all the work for the sanctuary was 2,193 pounds, according to the sanctuary shekel. The silver from those of the community who were registered was 7,544 pounds, according to the sanctuary shekel. 2/5 of an ounce per man. That is half a shekel, according to the sanctuary shekel. From everyone 20 years old or more who had crossed over to the registered group, 603,550 men. There were 7,500 pounds of silver used to cast the base of the sanctuary and the base of the curtain. 100 bases from 7,500 pounds, 75 pounds for each base. With the remaining 44 pounds, he made the hooks for the posts, overlaid their tops, and supplied bands for them. The bronze of the presentation offerings totaled 5,310 pounds. He made with it the bases for the entrance of the tent of meeting, the bronze altar and its bronze grate, all the utensils for the altar, the bases for the surrounding courtyard, the bases for the gate of the courtyard, all the tent pegs for the tabernacle, and all the tent pegs for the surrounding courtyard. And that is where we're going to end today. So thank you so much for joining me with this reading today. Oh, my kids are home, so I'm going to go. Bye.